campus of Aspen Place Medical Center. We winding up the season very quickly here. We'll talk about the girls, even though none of the local girls teams are alive in the postseason tournament. The semi-states are being played today in the 4A division. Northridge at 28-1 will square off against Homestead 26-2. That is at Crown Point. At Richmond, the early game today, Pike at 23-3 will square off against Columbus North at 21-7. That's in the 4A. In the 3A division, South Bend St. Joseph 24-2 will play Heritage Christian at 21-6, and Danville will square off against North Harrison. Knocked out the Rushville team. North Harrison 26-2. That one's at Jeffersonville. That's in 3A. In the 2A division, Central Noble 27-2 will play Oak Hill 26-1, and Covenant Christian will play Eastern Pekin. Covenant Christian 16-9, Eastern Pekin 21-7. That's 2A. And in the 1A division, Marquette at 21-5 will square off against Union City 23-4, and Indianapolis Tinley will play Wood Memorial. That's at Jeffersonville. Wood Memorial at 26-1, Tinley 21-6. So those are your Final Fours in the girls playing today, semi-state, trying to punch their tickets. Last night, Dylan Kane from Greensburg was in the state wrestling finals. I think his bid came up just short. He loses to a boy from Yorktown. Dylan Kane, a great season for him, making it all the way to the state finals. In wrestling. Boys swimming sectionals today, so lots of activity if you're a sports fan. Last night in Mid-Hoosier Conference basketball action, Edinburgh 1 point better than South Decatur at 52-51. Knightstown 76, Waldron 62, Morristown 67, Eastern Hancock 64, and North Decatur over Southwestern Shelbyville by a 72-58 score. On tap today in Mid-Hoosier Conference action, Hauser will be at Indian Creek, North Decatur at South Decatur in the Civil War battle. That is a conference game. Well, I guess not Civil War battle, but conference game. And then Waldron will be at Shelbyville. This coming week, during the week on Tuesday, Crystal House Academy will be at Southwestern Shelbyville. These are Tuesday. Eastern Hancock will be at Hauser. South Ripley will play at Waldron. And then on Thursday, Brown County will be at Edinburgh. That is in Mid-Hoosier Conference action. In EIAC action last night, Batesville 61, Jennings County 53. Connorsville 36-29 over Franklin County. That keeps Connorsville unblemished in the EIAC conference with one game to play. Greenfield Central 70, Rushville 59, Lawrenceburg 66-48 over South Dearborn. On tap tonight in EIAC action, Beech Grove will travel to Batesville. Franklin County will be at East Central. Greensburg will be on the road at South Ripley. Lawrenceburg at Connorsville, and South Dearborn at Switzerland County. On Tuesday night, Connorsville will be at Northeastern. South Dearborn will travel to Franklin County, and then on Thursday, Oldenburg Academy at Lawrenceburg. Oldenburg Academy, I think, number 3 in their division. And Shelbyville will be at Batesville. That's Thursday night. So those are some of the actions around the area last night. Looks like Stacy Meyer has the microphone in his hand. We all got here a little bit early today. We're all high on Cornerstone Bakery sugar donuts here. You guys better get there because if you want them, they're going to be picked over here before long. Those things sell out early, but Cornerstone Bakery, the official donut of the Coaches Show. So joining us now, Greensburg Pirate coach Stacy Meyer. His Pirates are at 13-6 after a 10-point victory on the road at Seymour Tuesday. So give us a little synopsis about what you liked about that game.
Well, we've implemented something new in our offense. We only shoot three-pointers now. We don't go inside the arc. So a very unique game. We had 30 points at half. We had 10 three-pointers. So did not hit a 2-point field goal nor a free throw. So a lot of that lended. They were playing a lot of zone at the time, and when we had open looks, and we didn't shoot it tremendously well, but hit enough of them to have a lead. So, and it was, I thought our kids did a nice job. Drew Cummer had a really good first half shooting the basketball. And then in the second half, they boxed and won him a lot more. Andrew Wellage and Matt Martin did a very nice job in the second half. So each of those guys complimented themselves well. And defensively, I thought we had a good effort, good team effort at the defensive end.
Yeah, we've heard you and other coaches mention, you can pretty much get a three-pointer anytime you want. But with the defense giving you that, were you happy with those shots that
Yeah,
first
I
quarter?
was. I can think of two that I thought were quick. And every coach has it in their offense where they want to come inside out, whether it be driven inside, kicked out, or thrown inside. And I thought we were attacking very well the middle of the floor and kicking out for open looks. It just so happened that we did have open looks and we knocked down some. So it wasn't like we went into the game saying we're just going to shoot threes. It just kind of happened as the game progressed.
Yeah, that game had a little bit of everything. Drew Cummer comes out red hot, and right in the middle of his streak, the official tells you to take him out of the game. Tell us what happened there. Have you ever had that before?
I have not. Seymour had driven on Drew, and that kid kneed him in the thigh or knee, and ball went out of bounds. It was our basketball, and Drew was kind of rubbing his leg a little bit, and the referee told me, he goes, "You got to take him out." And I was like, "Well, what's wrong?" He goes, "He's hurt." And I looked at Drew, and he's jogging down the floor. I go, "I think he's okay." And he goes, "No, he's hurt, and he has a grimace on his face." So he was emphatic about. So we took him out and set him for whatever time it was, and then put him back in. No, that's the first time, and it was really unique because we had three officials. One of the officials had to leave. They said he was having heart problems, so for 3/4 of the game, we just had two officials.
Yeah, that game had a little of everything.
It did. It had a little flair, that's for sure.
I'll tell you, and you're in the 8,100 seat Seymour Gymnasium, and I think the Seymour band had more people than the Seymour fans that night.
They did. Not a midweek game. You're not going to draw a big crowd, but I think I tell our kids all the time. When you have opportunities to play in gyms like that, if you get to go to Newcastle and Columbus North, we have some really nice historic gyms around here, and it's nice to be able to play in those.
Yeah, you said you didn't shoot it exceptionally well, but does a big empty gym like that make shooting more difficult?
I don't know. It seems the bigger the place, maybe a little bit harder to shoot, but again, I don't know if that really affected us. I think we shot it about as well as we could. So,
yeah, you go into a game like Seymour where they have you outsized both, I think, in girth and in height. What kind of things do you do to kind of minimize that advantage they might have?
And in most games this year with our team, teams are going to be bigger. Sam Slusher runs our 5, and he's 6'1". Andrew Rutledge, our tallest player, if you will, at about 6'4". So, we defensively, we're going to front the post with help behind. So, we try to use some of your quickness and what you do defensively to counter teams that are a little bit bigger.
Yeah, and Seymour, you talked about it pre-game and a little bit post-game. They kind of throw the kitchen sink as far as defensive schemes. As far as you like to change up your defense, what kind of I guess the game dictates that, but how often do you like to change during the middle of a game like that?
We're 95% man-to-man, and we'll spot play zone. And in your man-to-man, I think you can do so much stuff that's almost like a zone. You can play off this kid, you can double. So we're going to play primarily man-to-man and, play off guys who we feel aren't great shooters and almost force them to shoot. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. So I think doing stuff in your man-to-man can almost do the same thing as just playing a regular zone.
On the road tonight at South Ripley, what are you looking for the Raiders to throw at you both offensively and defensively?
Probably defensively they're going to press us. They'll either 2-2-1 us, 1-2-2. That's kind of their MO if they're going to press. And we've seen them play both zone and man in the half court. Offensively, they're going to stick 5 guys out there that can all shoot it, pass it, and dribble it. They don't have a traditional 5-man underneath. They kind of spread you out a little bit, and they have some continuity stuff that they do. They're secondary, and they have a 2-game that they run. But we've got to limit open looks at the three-point line, and how do they get those is through dribble driving, so we've got to be able to keep the basketball in front of us tonight.
Yeah, that the gym, well, I want to call it a new gym. How old is that gym now? 10 or 12 years probably?
I would say getting close.
That's hard to believe. Time flies by. But Travis Reitzman, 16 years as a coach just like you. 16 years in, are you still learning the game?
Absolutely, and I think, all of us do, whether, the three of us are sitting here talking before, you're always picking up stuff. And what I like in the summer, whether you're playing in shootouts, we do a little Wednesday night league, you're talking to coaches all the time. And I really enjoy that, and I pick stuff up on coaches. You're not going to reinvent anything, so you're stealing ideas and stealing different concepts from them, or a drill you can use in practice. So you're always bettering it. In high school basketball, you have to be able to change simply because of the talents you have year in and year out. It's not like college coaches where you're recruiting the talents to fit your system. Sometimes you have to tinker with what you're doing.
Right, and I think, let's see, you play next Friday with East Central, so you'll be playing East Central back at home, a conference game, before we talk to you again on the Coaches Show. How has East Central changed since that very first game of the year, I guess your third game of the year?
It's interesting because at the beginning of the year, they pretty much throttled us at their place. They beat us good. They were pretty much open. They were pushing the basketball. I think one of their starters is hurt and may be done for the year. So they could be holding the basketball a little bit more. You never know. And I think East Central is that team where they may have to play a different way going into sectional with who they have to try to beat in sectional. So you see Coach Disbro a lot of times towards the end of the season changing a few things, tinkering a few things that I think he feels that he'll need to be successful in the sectional.
We're speaking with Greensburg Pirate coach Stacy Meyer, whose Pirates are 13-6. I don't know how. Before the season starts, in your head, do you go through what you expect from the team, or do you expect undefeated year?
Well, you hope that, and I think probably in our minds as coaches, we have a big picture of where we want to be at the end of the season. The wins and losses, honestly, you get so caught up in preparing for your next opponent. I know I've been asked questions like with Seymour, like, oh, I forget you forget what they're running because you're worried about South Ripley. So I do believe our kids have progressively gotten better throughout the year, and I think that's the whole goal is to be playing your best basketball, and I think we've done that. I think we're better now than we were 2 weeks ago. So, you kind of keep your focuses there with your kids.
Yeah, big game tonight at Connorsville, Lawrenceburg. You got to hope for a Tiger victory to get a share of the conference title.
And we still have a chance, and that's what I've told our kids. When Connorsville beat us, it's like that's just one loss, and we have to play East Central yet Fridays. We just mentioned that's a conference game, but Connorsville's got maybe 2 games left, conference games. I'm not for sure. I know for one, obviously, with Lawrenceburg, but you never know. You just got to do what you do and take care of yourself, and hopefully we can get a win next Friday.
All right, well, again, on the road at South Ripley tonight. You got to walk through this morning and then heading on down.
Yep, we will, and didn't play last night. Our winter formal was last night, so I'm sure our guys.
Did you attend?
I was busy. So hopefully they got the sleep out of their eyes this morning for walkthrough.
All right, Coach Stacy Meyer, Greensburg Pirates, 13-6 on the road at South Ripley. Closing comments, and we'll let you get on the road.
Nope. Hopefully we can get a good crowd down at South Ripley, and I know Kyle and Brian got a big game tonight, so wish both those guys the best of luck tonight.
All right, and with that, that's Session 1 here of the Coaches Show, live from Aspen Place Medical Campus here on the north side of Greensburg. For the Coaches Show, hey, we're going to take a break, get some Cornerstone Bakery donuts, some other goodies and morsels, and we'll be right back after this short break.
This is Paula Sibbett of Tom Sibbett Chevrolet Buick. We would like to invite you to come to our dealership in Greensburg, meet our courteous employees, and get acquainted with our sales and service departments. We are happy and willing to serve you with all your service needs or help you with the purchase of a new or pre-owned vehicle. Tom Sibbett has been in this area for over 50 years, and we believe in giving our customers honest, courteous, and reliable service. Come visit us in Greensburg at 950 North Michigan Avenue, just off Highway 3 bypass. Tom Sibbett Chevrolet Buick will be there for you.
This is Michelle Gauk with Batesville Chrysler Dodge Jeep, and we are a proud supporter of all our student athletes. We know that being a student athlete takes hard work and dedication to stay on top of your game. It takes that same hard work and dedication to provide great customer service. At Batesville Chrysler, we've been putting families into reliable cars since 1984. And when it comes to buying a dependable car, Who you buy from really does matter. So visit us at Batesville Chrysler. We'll be there for you before and after the sale. We work hard every day to prove that you can buy a car anywhere, but at Batesville Chrysler Dodge Jeep, service is the difference.
When it comes time for car repairs, it can be a nervous time, unless you're made of money. A good reason for visiting Helms Auto Sales and Repair. Scott Helms is ASE certified and will give you an estimate before they even start. And if the diagnosis changes, they'll give you a call before proceeding. And if it's time for a new vehicle, Helms keeps a stock of preferred used cars on the lot. Helms Auto Sales and Repair, folks you can trust at 302 West Main, phone 222-AUTO.
Enjoy dinner at the Fireside Inn in Enochsburg, serving their famous fried chicken and shrimp each evening. Specials are Tuesday, tacos and taco soup. All-you-can-eat catfish on Wednesday. Thursday, it's hot wings, barbecued wings, battered wings, livers, and gizzards. Friday evening features cod and bassa catfish dinners. Prefer a sandwich? They have a great selection. Salad bar is available Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday evenings. Hours at the Fireside Inn are Tuesday through Saturday, 5 to 10 p.m. For reservations, call 934-4174.
Hi, this is Cheryl Johnson, Community Liaison for Morning Breeze Health and Retirement Community. Morning Breeze is a CMS 5-star health campus offering 3 levels of care. Our villas offer independent living in our beautiful 2-bedroom, 2-bath, maintenance-free condo-style living. We offer large studio-style assisted living units inside our health campus. Morning Breeze is a top-rated skilled nursing facility with an outstanding therapy department offering short and long-term rehab.
All right, welcome back to the Coaches Show from Aspen Place Health Campus, north side of Greensburg for the Coaches Show. A beautiful Saturday morning dawning out there outside the windows here. Looks like I bet there'll be a lot of cars being washed today in Greensburg and around the area. Hey, let's start with the girls. Give them their due. They are at the semi-state level today, the Final Fours in all of the classes. At Crown Point in Class 4A, the first game at 3 o'clock today, Northridge will take on Homestead. That's the second game. First game at Crown Point, South Bend St. Joseph Heritage Christian, followed by Northridge and Homestead. And then at Richmond, first game today, pits Covenant Christian against Eastern Pekin. That's at 1 p.m. And then following that game at Richmond, Pike will square off against Columbus North. At Jeffersonville today, the first game, 4 o'clock, Indianapolis Tinley will take on Wood Memorial. And then that game will be followed by Danville against North Harrison at Jeffersonville. Let's see. I don't know where else I'm at here. Logansport, Marquette against Union City. That one's at 4 p.m. And then 6:45, Central Noble against Oak Hill. So good luck to all of the Final Four girls teams in their semi-states today. Eastern Indiana Athletic Conference action last night. Batesville over Jennings County 61-53. Connorsville over Franklin County 36-29. Greenfield Central 11 better than Rushville at 70-59. Lawrenceburg over South Dearborn 66-48. On tap today in EIC action, Beech Grove will travel to Batesville. Franklin County will be on the road at East Central. Greensburg will travel down 421 to square off against the Raiders of South Ripley. Lawrenceburg will be at Connorsville, and South Dearborn will travel to Switzerland County. In Mid-Hoosier Conference action last night, Knightstown 76, Waldron 62. Morristown over Eastern Hancock by 3, 67-64. Joining us just a second here will be Kyle Nobby from North Decatur, whose squad got the better of Southwestern Shelbyville last night, 72-58. And Edinburgh was one better than South Decatur last night at 52-51. Today in Mid-Hoosier Conference action, Hauser will be at Indian Creek. North Decatur will travel to South Decatur, and Waldron will be at Shelbyville. Joining us now, as I said, Kyle Nobby, head coach of the North Decatur Chargers, 6-14 on the year. We're fast approaching that date, though, where the record won't matter at all. But got a couple games before that, and tonight on the road at South Decatur, the Sagarin schedule here says that's a neutral court. I bet you don't believe that, do you? Or you don't
No,
agree with that, do you?
No, I'm sure we'll end up at South Decatur tonight.
Well, let's see. You got South Decatur. Well, let's talk about last night's game first before we get too far ahead of ourselves. You were on the road at Southwestern Shelbyville, come away with a 72-58 win, and what goes pretty well for you last night?
Well, it was a really good team win last night for our kids. Southwestern, heading into last night, had already clinched our conference. They were 5-0 in the conference, and so it was one of those games where I'm not sure how much, it was obviously nothing was really on the line as far as a conference goes, but I thought our kids came out, played with a lot of energy, executed very well on both ends of the floor, and we got off to a great start. We got up 21-5. At the end of the first quarter, we did a really good job of limiting them on the offensive end and forcing them to have to try to score off the dribble. They're a tremendous shooting team. They have 4 or 5 kids constantly out on the floor that can shoot the three. So our kids did a great job of trying to take those things away, be there on the catch, contest on the catch. Make it a little bit more difficult for them, and they started forcing some things and seemed to get a little bit of frustration by not knocking in some early shots. And I thought our kids did a nice job of attacking the basket, and when the opportunity was there, we got some kickouts and some kids knocked in some perimeter shots. So it was a great start for us. Carried that over in the second quarter, and had a nice showing in the second quarter. Southwestern woke up a little bit from the perimeter. I think we went in maybe up 14 or 15 at halftime. But we talked to our kids and knew what they were going to be able to do, the way they shoot the ball, and that we knew they were going to have a run in them, and they did. They had a huge run in them. At one point in the third quarter, they actually retook the lead at 46-45. But I was really proud of our kids. They responded, scored the very next possession, finished the quarter on maybe an 8-0 run, and then we scored, I think, the first 5 or 6 points to start the fourth quarter, and we're able to knock in some free throws down the stretch. But it was a great team win by our kids.
Well, last night's game at Southwestern, you put up 72 points. Your last outing against Knightstown, you put up 72 points, and all the way through the season, you'd only scored over 70 points one other time, and that was an overtime game. So are the boys getting to what you're trying to get them to do?
Well, I don't know. I think, sometimes when you knock in shots, it's easier to obviously get up to that point, but we're doing a better job of not settling. Kids are starting to play with a lot more confidence on the offensive end of the floor. I look at last night, I mentioned what a great team win it was. I have 2 starters, Garrett Metz and Cameron Adams, set the entire second quarter with 2 fouls, and Cole Palmer set the entire second quarter with 2 fouls. So we had to have other kids step up, and I thought they did a great job of doing that, from Kyle Kramer and Corey Fastbinder, Braden Blavelt, Alex Stern. Those kids kind of stepped up and did some really good things for us on the offensive end. And when you get some of those kids back in the second half, you hope that, it's what you tell them. You don't try to make up for being sitting on the bench in the second quarter by forcing shots. And I thought our kids did a pretty good job of not doing that. But we're starting to understand things more offensively. We're starting to share the ball a lot better, which obviously is important. And we're still not getting to the free throw line consistent enough. I think last night we only attempted 12 free throws, so it's something we are continuing to work on to try to get to the foul line more consistently. But as I mentioned, offensively we're getting better, but I think offensively we're getting better because we're getting better on the defensive end of the floor.
Yeah, good. Best offense is a good defense, right?
Absolutely.
Hey, we're speaking with Kyle Nobby, North Decatur Charger coach, on the road tonight at South Decatur. At this point in the season, can you learn anything more about South Decatur this late? You guys know each other so well, hopefully you know what the other's going to do.
I think we both know each other pretty well. The kids know each other. It's a matter of going out there and being who you are, doing what you feel is what's going to make you successful. I'm sure Coach Dixon's going to try to take some things away from us that we do well, and on the flip side of that, we're going to do the same thing with South. But year in and year out, it's always been this way. We play each other twice. They're always great games. It's always a great atmosphere, whether it's at North Decatur or like tonight at South Decatur. Be a great atmosphere for the kids to play in, especially leading into sectional. Sometimes you got to control your emotions. The kids do, and try to understand. It's still a game. You still have to execute. You still have to live by the game plan, and hopefully that leads you in the right direction. But at the end of the day, you're just out there playing basketball, and that's what we try to continue to stress to our kids. But we know tonight's going to be a extremely tough fight for us.
Yeah, you go through a 21 game season, and the pressure just week in, week out, building and trying to do the things. Once the season is over, and a different kind of pressure, I guess, takes over for sectional. But do you take a deep breath and relax a little bit and then regroup?
I think you do a little bit. One thing I always stress to our kids, especially when you get to about the middle of January, because it's already been a long season up to that point, and the weather a lot of times is not real great in January, and you're in those dog days. But we try to continue to stress to our kids the importance of preparing for the sectional much more than the week of sectional. Everybody's excited the week of sectional. Everybody's going to practice a little harder. Everybody's going to be a little bit more focused. By that time, it's too late. You are preparing obviously all season long, but you start getting that mindset in the middle of January, and then when we hit February, we try to tell our kids that this is how we are going to prepare this week, just like we would for sectional, and we don't deviate from that. So if come next week, Sunday we get the draw and we play on Friday night instead of Tuesday, we will not practice Monday. We won't change those kind of things that we've done the second half of the season. So we're going to prepare and do things just the same way as we've done for the last 3 or 4 weeks to get us to this point of the season.
And where is your sectional?
Ours is at South Ripley.
Yeah, okay. That's been that way several years now. We talked about the South Ripley gym, the old Tyndall. Was it Tyndall? Yeah, Tyndall. Is that the name of the old gym? Tyndall Armory. Is that? I think
Tyson Auditorium.
That's right.
There you go.
So compact, low ceiling, and then you go into the new place. Nice facility. Did the atmosphere change at all down there?
I think it changed a little bit. Tyson was special. I mean, it was a hard place to play. Typically, JV team would dress, and the varsity kids would have to stand in the hallway because the locker rooms were so small. I think there would maybe be one shower in the locker room, and it was a special place. You had to go down the steps. It was below the main playing floor and had the stage on the end, and it really was a special place. And I miss playing there, and I had the opportunity to do that, and obviously miss coaching there. But new facility is a nice place, and as Stacy mentioned, we're blessed to have some great facilities and great places throughout this area. And Greensburg's the same way. It's hosted a lot of sectional games, and for those of us that grew up in this area or attended there, it's a special place because of you usually competed and went through there and were able to cut nets down, or sometimes you ended your career in that gym. We're really blessed to have some of the facilities we have in this area, and our kids get an opportunity to play in.
Yeah, oftentimes we talk about the Seymours and the Richmonds and the Newcastles and the Connersville, but you harken back to those Tysons.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And the Rushfield gym. I like going to play in the
Absolutely.
Rushfield gym.
It's a wonderful facility. even Greensburg's junior high gym brings back a lot of memories. I know my dad talks about that place would get rocking in the 60s, and you couldn't hear yourself think. I think it's just on a little smaller version than what Memorial Gym there is in Rushville. And when they had the seats, it went almost all the way around, or if not all the way around. So I love those old facilities.
Yeah, it's not always the big cavernous places that are the funnest places, or the most fun to play, but those small ones can have a lot of history and memories as well.
Absolutely.
All right, well, on the road tonight at South Decatur, we'll give you some closing comments and let you hit the road, and I'm sure you got all day to prepare.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. No, just want to wish Coach Meyer Greensburg good luck tonight. Want to encourage our fans to come out tonight. I know they will. It'll be a great game, a great atmosphere, and looking forward to see if our kids continue to improve and get better, and hopefully be lucky enough to come away with a win tonight.
All right, that is Kyle Nobby, coach of the North Decatur Chargers, 6-14 at this juncture of the season, on the road at South Decatur tonight. Yeah, that'll be a good one. First go round, we'll talk with Coach Dixon here in a second. First go round, South Decatur won by 1 point at North Decatur. So, we'll see his views on that one. But that's Section 2 here of the Coaches Show. Aspen Place Health Campus is the site here of the Coaches Show. We're going to get us some more Cornerstone Bakery donuts and recharge our battery a little bit. We'll be right back after this short break.
The play of the day is at Buy Right Auto, Greensburg's used vehicle superstore. Come in now and score big with a great deal. With over 600 vehicles available, we have the car, van, SUV, or truck to fit your needs. That's why we're the used vehicle superstore. And if we don't have the right one for you, let our buyers go for the assist in finding the right one. Be the MVP and score big now with a vehicle from Buy Right Auto, Greensburg's used vehicle superstore. 920 North Michigan Avenue, or call us at 812-662-9922. Be the MVP and score a vehicle now.
Decatur County Memorial Hospital is growing to better serve you. DCMH is now offering a sports medicine program to all community members. This program includes orthopedic surgery from our new physician, Dr. Yulo, rehab services, athletic trainers, sports physicals, and emergency medical services. Let us help you succeed with our new sports medicine program at DCMH. To reach Dr. Yulo's office, call 812-663-7790, or for our rehab department, call 812-663-1119.
At Hilliard Lyons, we're conservators of your wealth, not the status quo. We're not interested in how everyone else does things. We're independent thinkers. You see, every client is different, so we treat each one as a new challenge. After nearly 160 years of wealth management experience, we've learned a few things, one of which is no two clients' goals and needs are the same. In our more than a century and a half of providing investment advice, we've come across nearly every financial situation possible. Creative thinking and a real understanding of our clients' needs and their concerns is what sets Hilliard Lyons apart from the rest. If this sounds like the kind of financial partner you'd like, call us in Greensburg at 812-663-2862.
Hilliard Lyons, investment insights for every generation since 1854. JJB Hilliard WL Lyons LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
When it comes time for car repairs, it can be a nervous time, unless you're made of money. A good reason for visiting Helms Auto Sales and Repair. Scott Helms is ASE certified and will give you an estimate before they even start. And if the diagnosis changes, they'll give you a call before proceeding. And if it's time for a new vehicle, Helms keeps a stock of preferred used cars on the lot. Helms Auto Sales and Repair, folks you can trust. 302 West Main, phone 222-AUTO.
Do you have enough coverage? Don't wait to find out that the insurance you purchased online or from an 800 number gave you a discount on the wrong coverage. Talk to your neighborhood independent auto owners agent today about a policy that fits your needs and budget. Visit today and form a valued relationship that won't let you down in a time of need.
This is your Greensburg Auto Owners Insurance agent, Steve Dorflinger. Stop in at Dorflinger Insurance, 810 East Main Street, or call us at 663-7779.
This is Alex from True Blue Autos. We are owned by Any King Auto Body and have a new way of buying a used car. We are operated daily by third-generation family members. Our mission and focus is to provide safe, reliable vehicles that give our customers the best value for their investment. Each vehicle on our lot goes through a 125-point inspection, and all of our certified pre-owned vehicles come with at least a 90-day limited warranty. Come to True Blue Autos, located right next to Any King Auto Body, and see what our family can do for you.
All right, welcome back to the Coaches Show here from Aspen Place Health Campus here on the north side of Greensburg. They are our host each and every Saturday morning. We sure do appreciate their hospitality with milk and orange juice and some hot food, along with the Cornerstone Bakery donuts, the official donut of the Coaches Show. Boy, they treat us too well, and I walk out of here stuffed. Got to go play pickleball here, and I'm not going to be able to move. Anyway, last night in Mid-Hoosier Conference basketball action, Knightstown 76, Waldron 62, Morristown 67, Eastern Hancock 64. We just spoke with Coach Navi from North Decatur, who got the best of Southwestern Shelbyville 72-58 last night. We'll hold off on the South score as Coach Dixon is joining us next. Tonight on tap in Mid-Hoosier Conference action, Hauser at Indian Creek. North Decatur is at South Decatur, and Waldron will travel to Shelbyville. Again, those are Mid-Hoosier Conference games last night and today. In EIAC action last night, Batesville over Jennings County 61-53, Connorsville 36, Franklin County 29, Greenfield Central over Rushville 70-59. Lawrenceburg got the best of South Dearborn 66-48. And today in EIAC action, Beech Grove will travel to Batesville. Franklin County will be on the road at East Central. Greensburg will travel down 421 to play South Ripley. Lawrenceburg on the road at Connorsville, and Switzerland County will host South Dearborn. Those are EIAC action tonight. Real quickly, the girls' semi-states today in 4A, Northridge squares off against Homestead, Pike against Columbus North. In 3A, South Bend St. Joseph will play Heritage Christian, and Danville will square off against North Harrison. In 2A action, Central Noble against Oak Hill, and Covenant Christian against Eastern Pekin. And then in the 1A, Marquette against Union City, and Indianapolis Tinley will face Wood Memorial. Those are the semi-state girls' actions. Joining us now, South Decatur coach Brian Dixon, and today's one of those days as a coach. We sure appreciate you coming here. I know you don't want to talk about last night's game, but that's part of it, right?
Yeah, that's part of the game. You have these situations happen, especially when you have an exhausting game the week before, and you're out and did double overtime and scoring that many points. It looked like there was an absolute door on the rim. Nothing was opening up for us. I mean, we had wide open shots that we've hit the last 6 or 7 games. Nothing was falling, and those things happen. You just have to adjust to that, and we didn't adjust very well. Overall, we never ran our offense once, and I mean that's all we talked about in timeouts. So, if we ran our offense, a little bit better, we would have had some more opportunities. But it was just one of those weird kind of games that you just can't describe. It happens.
Well, that's we were talking off the air. High school basketball. These are 15, 16, 17-year-old boys, and isn't that what makes coaching fun, though, to solve this puzzle?
Yeah, I wish. If I had the answer to that, I think I'd be a multi-billionaire. But, it's just one of those things. It's just weird because, at this time of the season, you should already know what to do. And it looked like we had no clue, which was really weird for us. But like I said, those things happen. I told our kids, you got to move on, forget about it. But the turning point was we missed 15 free throws. We did what we put, because I put some goals on the board, and some ways to win, and we did everything that we could to, get to the free throw line, which I knew we would do. But when you miss 15, that's a turning point of the game right there. 8 for 23, and they didn't shoot very many free throws compared to us. So, it happens. I don't know what else I could say. It's over, thank goodness.
Talking about last night's game, I did not give the score. Edinburgh was a South Decatur opponent last night, and Edinburgh came away with a 1-point win, 52-51, and as you say, leaving 15 free throws out there on the floor. That you just hit 2 of those.
Yeah,
it could be the difference.
When we were down 10 at one point in time in the fourth quarter, and cut it all the way to 1 point. So, we had our opportunities. We had some situations happen, but our team has come from behind every game sort of team, it seems like. I don't know why that is. But, like I said, it happens. The kids know what's at stake tonight, with a different game. So, but still, this one hurts. This one hurts pretty good.
Yeah, we're talking to the South Decatur coach, Brian Dixon, who just a week ago put up 110 points in a double overtime win. And, again, maybe they were just so excited and you have that little hiccup and it'll be over.
Yeah, I hope so. And hopefully get it over with, sooner than later. Hopefully this doesn't happen when sectional comes because, if you do that, you're done. Yeah.
Well, we'll put last night's game to bed and forget about that one and move on to tonight. Big game tonight. You're going to host the North Decatur Chargers. First go-round way back December 2nd, a 55-54 win on the road. So, is tonight's game going to be anything like the first game?
I hope not, because we were down again by about 12, it seemed like. So, last time when we played them, they beat us last year. They beat us pretty good first go-around last year, and then the second game, we gave them everything we had and more. So it was a really, really close game. I expect the same thing tonight. They are not the same team. Merritt and Metz are playing super well right now with a lot of confidence, shooting the ball really, really well. So, we're going to have to get out there and make sure we defend them. But, the confidence level for them has made a complete turn. They've won some games here recently, and you know how that is as a coach. When you win a few games, the confidence level of your kids really starts to go up, especially this time of year. So their record doesn't indicate how good they really are. They play an extremely tough schedule. So they'll be ready to play. I'm sure they will. They'll want the revenge, and our kids know it. And hopefully we can just come out and play.
Yeah, without giving out any of your secrets, which I imagine South Decatur or North Decatur kind of knows what you might throw at them. But typically, what kind of a defense are you going to stay in and come out in? And
we've done everything this year. It just all depends on matchups, honestly. Our best defense overall this year has been man-to-man. Our big guy, Matt Cornett, is really stepped up a lot and played really, really good defense on the best players so far. But Oakley Billingsley and Nick Binge have done the same thing as well. We've had Will Smiley come off the bench and play defense for us really, really well. So, honestly, it's one of those things we don't know just yet because I'm going to see what kind of attitude we have this morning when we go through our walkthrough because, last night is done and over with, but I just want to see what their attitude and focus is going to be this morning.
Yeah. Coach Nobby talked about Southwestern Shelbyville already clinching the conference. So the conference game tonight, just really bragging rights as it's already been decided. But with North Decatur tonight and then on the road at Knightstown, what are you looking for as far as I'm sure you want 100% effort every time, but just what are you really looking for to improve these last two games?
Especially after last night, is how well are we going to shoot the ball? Because, we do host a sectional, which is, a nice thing for us. So we got to be able to shoot the ball with confidence, even if you miss a few. We turned down some shots that I thought we could have made. We had some situations where we had some wide open threes. Yeah, they weren't falling, but you know what? Sometimes we need to shoot it anyways just to get that confidence. You never know. We missed some shots that we had opportunities. We missed, a couple threes that could have put us up one or tied the game last night. And that's what we need to be able to do. We need to be able to stay focused with our shooting because for the 6 games we shot it so well, it was unbelievable. And then now, last night, we shot it so poorly. When kids want to get back in the gym, I had 2 or 3 kids say, "What time are you going to be there, Coach?" Before practice. So hopefully that mindset will be ready for tonight to be able to shoot the ball because, we can take it to the basket very well when we want to, but if you can't make your free throws, then we're hurting, and that's a simple jump shot. That's why they call it a free throw. No one's in your face, no one's bothering you. So, and it wasn't in our favor last night, but like I said, those things happen. And you think a coach would, shoot free throws every day during the week. Oh, wait, yeah, we did do that. We shot them every day, but, it's different game time compared to practice time.
Yeah, a player like me, all of 5'5" in high school, the free throws is about the only way I could score. So I see people miss free throws, and I don't understand it.
I don't either. Because, growing up, my dad put me in a lot of free throw competitions. I don't know if they're here or not. But it was Knights of Columbus free throw competition, Elks National free throw competition. And, that really helped me when it came to high school playing. I was fortunate enough to go down to state multiple times and shoot there. So, that I had more pressure shooting than that because I wasn't in a game. You're just standing there, people are watching you. So that really, really helped, mentally. But it's just one of those things. It's just a simple concentration.
Yeah, before we went on the air today, we were talking about the contest, and they used to be huge. You'd get 40, 45 people in an age division, and today you might get 5 or 6.
Yep.
And I don't even think they have the free throw shooting ones anymore.
I don't know. Yeah,
they used to, but I don't think they're around anymore.
I don't know, because I remember my dad started me super early on that because our high school hosted it, and it was nice. I shot against I don't know if he's still the Indiana State free throw percentage leader. Steve Draven was his name. I don't know if he's still the leader in free throw percentage or not, but I was a year younger than him shooting in the older division, and I took second to him. But, the kid hit like 98% from the free throw line in high school. So it was unreal how well he shot the ball.
Yeah, what's the old saying? Good shooters have short memories.
Yep.
Yep. You want to forget what you shot that before and just keep on pulling the trigger. And if I'm a player of Brian Dixon, am I going to like your philosophy? Do I have the green light?
Oh, they should. They should, because I let them shoot it. I don't care if they miss it or make it. The only time I can't stand it is when it's a force. Growing up, when I was playing, my coach, especially my high school coach, said I had free range. But the best thing I ever thought was when my middle school coaches limited me. One of my 7th grade coaches said, "You're not shooting 3." He's like, "You're going to get in the paint and you're going to score." And that really changed my game overall. And then when I was in 8th grade, then my coach kind of let me shoot the 3 from there. But still, that I'm so thankful for the coaches that I had that totally changed me from one end to the next season. So if you play for me, if you're open, you could shoot it. I won't say anything to you unless you shoot it from the volleyball line.
Yeah.
So
you're a player's coach then. That would be great. I was kind of joking with Coach Nobby. On the Jeff Sagarin computer, it has tonight's game as being on a neutral court. What do you have to say to the South Decatur fans about that?
I hope we come out rocking. I know right now we're selling some old jerseys that we have found back. So if everybody wants to come on out, we're selling them for $5. We have some shooting shirts available. So we'd really like to keep it rocking like we did when we played at North. That was a really, really good atmosphere. But, I'd like to see it at our place, too. I think we can absolutely get the gym rocking really loud because our gym gets loud pretty quick. And it'd be really, really good atmosphere to see that happen tonight.
Yeah, we're speaking with Coach Brian Dixon, South Decatur Cougars, 10-11 on the year, 2 games to go, and then I'll ask you the same thing. All year long, you're watching film, you're preparing for that next game. At the end of the year, do you take a sigh of relief, kind of recharge for an hour, and then get back to work, or is it just a smooth right on in?
It's just a smooth thing. It just goes on through the season. You just play the best that you can. You try to prepare your kids the best that you can. We'll cut down practice a little bit. We usually go about an hour and a half or so. Today's the first time we've had a walkthrough in a while on a Saturday. A lot of times when we play double weekends, I'll just say, all right, I'll meet you at 4 o'clock, or I'll meet you at 3:30. We'll walk through some stuff before we get on the bus or before we play. So it's going to be a little different for us. This game's a little different. It is senior night, so, and there's a lot of things going on for this evening. So, you just try to keep it as steady as you can. The Friday game before sectional, it's a little tough because it only gives you a couple days to prepare for the sectional opponent. But still, it's one of those things. I notice just about everybody plays on Friday night in this area. So, it's a little bit different for me. But overall, we still do the same stuff.
And you host a sectional.
Mm-hmm.
How big is that you don't have to drive somewhere?
Oh, it's huge. It's really, really nice. It's a comfort thing, honestly, because we have some of the best food I've ever had in a hospitality room. that I've ever seen. Jan does a phenomenal job with that, and Willard does a great job, and Jim and Angel and everybody, that runs basically the concession stand and does everything. I've never seen so much good food in my life for a sectional. But the way it's run professionally, and it's so nice. It's such an easy comfort feeling to be able to walk in and know that everything is taken care of.
Yeah, I've been doing this about 13 years now, so we've been to a lot of places, and it just, when you go into South Decatur, it kind of just feels like a family atmosphere, and everybody's working together to reach a common goal. So you got to feel good about that.
I do. It's a comfort thing, as you said. When you walk in, it's like, you can take your shoes off, sit back and just enjoy it, and know that somebody's got your back and they'll take care of you, which is great. I've had some officials that have come up from Northwest Indiana, where I'm from, and officiated a game or two because they come down for the hospitality. And they just truly plus they love Pizzalicious sandwiches, so that also helps as well.
Yeah, it's you're into the game, or you're into the season now, almost 20 games. How's the wear and tear on the boys?
We're getting beat up a little bit. You could see it. We kind of really only play about 6 or 7 people at points at times, and our 5 play a lot, so we're getting dinged up, and those sort of things have happened. We got like a hip or a thigh injury and some bruising, this and that, but it's one of those things you just got to suck it up. If it's a little bump or bruise, you just got to play through it, and I think it's hard for a generation of kids this day and age. A lot of times it seems like, but that's part of the game. You got to be able to do those things, and as soon as we can just relax and just play like we have been, I think we'll be okay.
As a coach, it's probably easier on you if you're only 6 deep as opposed to 9 deep, right? I mean, trying to get the combination.
It is, and by this time, some of the players, get frustrated because they haven't had a chance or this and that. But it's just one of those things. You're trying to do the best, to get a victory. That's ultimately what everybody looks at, is to try to get a win. But sometimes you look at a kid and it's like, man, I should get them in there. Just try something. So, you try to do everything that you can as a coach to do that. But again, it is varsity basketball. It's not, youth league and those sort of things. And everybody wants to win. And a lot of times it comes on a coach's discretion. And sometimes it's right, sometimes it's wrong. It just all depends, on what the decision that the coach makes.
And you can always blame it on the assistant.
Yeah.
We're talking with Brian Dixon, South Decatur Cougar coach, hosting North Decatur, big game tonight. Closing thoughts, and we'll let you get ready to get prepared.
Yeah, I know. We'd like to get everybody to come out tonight. We're going to honor Damon Allen, I know, for being All-State, first-team All-State in football, so that would be really nice. We're also going to be honoring our 7th grade junior high for winning the conference title, so that would be nice. For everybody to come out and do that. And again, like I said, it is senior night, so we do have 7 seniors. I think we have like 6 cheerleaders. I think we have maybe like 5 or 6 band members. So senior night is going to be massive in a sense. So hopefully we can get plenty of crowd out there tonight and stay for the game. And just enjoy the game because it's going to be good.
Sounds to me plenty of incentive to get there. You better get there at about 10 o'clock to get a seat.
Yeah. So, and I didn't want to say, Maverick, hopefully you're feeling better. I know my son was a little sick last night, and he woke up this morning ready to go. So that's always a good thing.
Good to hear. Brian Dixon, good luck tonight, and good luck in the next game as well.
All right, thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
All right, that wraps up session 3 here at the Coaches Show at Aspen Place. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back, wrap things up here, and send it on to bigger and better things. We'll be right back after this short break.
The new year is here, and couldn't come at a better time to buy a new Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, or Ram from Acra in Greensburg. The Start Something New event is going on now, and the savings are better than ever. Right now, they have new 2016 Ram Crew Cab Express in red pearl. That's 20% off MSRP. The Ram Express is nicely equipped and won't last long. Also, during the Start Something New event, all remaining 2016 Chrysler 200s and Dodge Darts are 15% off MSRP. Last but not least, the new 2017 models are here, and the savings are incredible on them as well. Right now, all new 2017 Jeep Cherokee Limited have over $4,000 in incentives. And new 2017 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cabs are over $7,500 off MSRP. get 2017 started off with a bang during the Something New event at Acre Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram. Stop in and see Marty Garwood, Ron Gardner, Rick Jones, Floyd Riggs, Ryan Scudder, Kevin Milburn, Janice Jones, or Josh Camplain at 1407 North Lincoln in Greensburg.
Recycling comes to your town. Decatur County Solid Waste Management District offers mobile recycling the first 2 Saturdays of each month. The first Saturday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., Clarksburg, 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m., Sandusky, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., Adams, 12:30 p.m. to 1:30 p.m., Bernie. The second Saturday of each month, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., St. Morris, 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m., New Point, 11 a.m. to 12 noon, Millhausen. Questions? Call our office at 812-663-0960.
Stone's Farm Service at 921 East Main in Greensburg is southeastern Indiana's Kubota dealer. Stop by and check out their great lineup of Kubota tractors and utility vehicles. These hard-working tractors and four-wheel utility vehicles come with gas or diesel engines. Stone's Farm Service, serving Decatur and surrounding counties for over 20 years. Give them a visit, 921 East Main in Greensburg, or phone 663-3787.
All right, welcome back to the Coaches Show. Aspen Place Health Campus is the site each and every Saturday morning, and today I can't wait to get outside. The temperature is fast going up in the mercury out there, so get outside and enjoy yourself. Basketball games this evening after the sun goes down. In EIAC action, Beech Grove will be at Batesville. Franklin County will be on the road at East Central. Greensburg will travel to South Ripley. Connersville will play host to Lawrenceburg. And South Dearborn will be on the road at Switzerland County. In Mid-Hoosier Conference action tonight, Hauser will be on the road at Indian Creek. We mentioned North Decatur at South Decatur, big game there. And Waldron will be on the road at Shelbyville. Those are Mid-Hoosier Conference action. Girls, Northridge, Homestead, Pike, Columbus North in 4A. South Bend, St. Joseph, Heritage Christian, Danville, North Harrison in the 3A. 2A division, Central Noble, Oak Hill, Covenant Christian, Eastern Pekin in the 2A, and in the 1A, Marquette, and that's Michigan City, Marquette, and Union City, and Indianapolis, Tinley, Wood Memorial. So good luck to all of those girls fighting to punch their tickets to a state final next week. Thanks to all the coaches for coming in. Thanks Aspen Place Health Campus for hosting us. Coaches Show donuts of Cornerstone, excellent stuff. The official donut of the Coaches Show. Thank you to Sandy Bittinger back at the station at WTRE for engineering the program there. Tom Fleming for running the Periscope. I'm Gary Bailey. We'll see you down the road. Take care.